Welcome to Chapter 1 of our video series on creating REST services using Progress OpenEdge. In this chapter, we'll walk through the steps that you need to perform if you're going to follow along and code the samples we show in later chapters. If you don't feel like following along in each section, you can skip this chapter. If you continue, you're going to need a few things. First of all, you're going to need a Windows PC. This could be a server, virtual machine, or even something like an AWS instance. Second, you'll need Progress Developer Studio for OpenEdge version 11.7.4 installed. During the videos, we're going to be using the Chrome browser, so we recommend that you install that if you don't already have it. Chrome can be downloaded from the URL you see here. When we test the REST services we create, we use a JSON viewer plugin for Chrome. This makes it much easier to view the JSON that is passed between OpenEdge and the calling services. You can search for JSON Viewer using Google to find one of several options. Here's the URL to the one that we use. Our videos will include calling the REST services that we create during the exercises from an open source tool called Insomnia. If you already have a favorite tool for calling REST, feel free to use it. If you don't, you can download Insomnia at the URL shown here. Also, we're going to be unzipping some files during the setup and exercises, and we'll use 7-zip. You can download and install 7-zip at this URL. Once you have everything installed, you're ready to start. We need to create folders to hold our database and our REST projects. We'll do this using Windows Explorer. From C:// create a folder to hold your Developer Studio project and call it Workspace. Create another folder to hold the sample database and call it DB. Now, we're going to download a package from GitHub that contains code that we will use during our exercises. First, open the Chrome browser. Download the package from GitHub by connecting to this URL. Click Clone or Download and choose Download Zip. The file will download and the progress will show at the bottom of the browser. When the download is finished, click the up arrow next to the downloaded file and choose Show in Folder. Unzip the package in this directory. We need to copy some configuration files to create our database, so navigate to Conference API Master \db. Grab these three files and copy them to C:/\db. With those files in place, we're ready to create the database we need to build our services. Open ProEnv by choosing Start, All Programs, Progress, OpenEdge 11.7, and ProEnv. It's best to make a shortcut copy of this on your desktop. Once the ProEnv window appears, I'm going to type prompt so I know what directory I'm in. Then I'm going to change to the C:/\db directory. Next, I'm going to create the conf database using the command prostruct create conf.st. I need to copy an empty schema into this database using the command procopy C:/progress \openedge \empty conf. Note that C:/progress \openedge is where I installed Developer Studio. Now I'll list the structure of the database using the command prostrict list conf. We're going to import the definitions for this database, so I'm going to open up a single user session on the database using the command prowin conf -1. From the menu, choose Tools, Data Administration. From Data Administration, choose Admin, Load Data and Definitions, Data Definitions. You should see conf.df as the file name. If not, type it in, and click OK. The data definitions are quickly loaded into the database, so click OK. We also need to load sequence definitions, so once again choose Admin, Load Data and Definitions, Data Definitions. Click on the Files button and choose underbar secdefs.df and click Open. Then click OK. Click OK after the load finishes. To finish, I'll use Database Exit, and then to close the session, I'll use File Exit. Okay, it's time to get into Developer Studio and get it ready. Open PDSOE from Start, All Programs, Progress, OpenEdge 11.7, Developer Studio. I would recommend you put a shortcut for this on your desktop as well. The first time you open Developer Studio, it'll ask you for a workspace directory. You can choose any folder you like for this, but for our example, it's going to be C:\workspace. You can also check the box so that it won't ask you anymore. You may see the welcome screen when you start Developer Studio for the first time. Click on the X on that tab to close it. While we're doing our exercises, we're going to work with the Progress App Server for OpenEdge, so we will change to the OpenEdge Server perspective. Do this using Window, Perspective, Open Perspective, and choose OpenEdge Server. If you don't see OpenEdge Server on the initial list, click Other and locate it from there. We're going to connect Developer Studio to our database. From the menu, click Window, Preferences. Click on the Progress OpenEdge entry on the left, and then choose Database Connections. Click the New button. The connection name is going to be entered as CONF. The physical name can be entered or browsed to. Either way, it should be C:\db\conf. The host name is localhost because the database is on this system, and the service/port will be 5013. If that port's in use on your system, you can use any port you like. By the way, don't click Test Connection because the database server hasn't started yet, so it won't work. Click Next to continue your configuration. On this screen, click Next to create the SQL connection for this database. Click Next again to add the SQL connection profile. On the Define Database Server configuration screen, make sure the Auto Start Database Server is checked, the physical name and port are in, and the Auto Shutdown Database Server is not checked. Click Finish and then OK. Now we're going to import that Conference API package that we downloaded from GitHub. In Windows Explorer, find the .zip file that we downloaded from GitHub, copy it to C:\workspace. In Developer Studio, import the file by right-clicking in Project Explorer and selecting Import, Import. Choose General and Existing Projects into Workspace. Click Next to select Archive File and then click Browse. Navigate to C:\workspace if you aren't already there and choose Conference API Master Zip and click Open. Click Finish to add the project to your Developer Studio workspace. The imported project will appear in the Project Explorer. We have to tell Developer Studio that this project is associated with an app server. Right-click on the project title and choose Properties. From this screen, choose Project Facets and check ABL App Server and App Server. Click Apply and then OK. Right-click on the project again and choose Properties. When the list appears in the left panel, expand Progress OpenEdge and choose Modules. You'll need to select the Conference API under OpenEdge App Server and click Modify. Click SRC and click OK. Make the same change under the ABL App Server section. The last thing to do is configure the PassOE App Server so that when we create REST services in it, they'll be available for access. Look under the Servers tab in the bottom right panel. See if you can see OE Pass 1 listed. If you do, you're all set. But if you don't, like you see here, you'll need to click on the Click this link to create a new server link. From the list that appears, scroll down and select Progress Application Server for OpenEdge, and then click Next. On the next screen, click on Progress Application Server for OpenEdge and choose the entry that says OE Pass 1, and then click Finish. Once OE Pass 1 shows in the servers list, you can start it by right-clicking on it and choosing Start. After it says Started Synchronized, we need to attach the conf database so that it will be able to access the data in it. Do this by double-clicking on OE Pass 1 under the Servers tab. Next, locate and click on Open Launch Configuration under General Information. Click on the Database tab, click Show All, and then click next to Conf as shown here, and click OK. Also, we need to deploy the Conference API package to the PassOE App Server. To do this, right-click on OE Pass 1 under Servers and choose Add and Remove. You can just click Add All since Conference API is the only package. After it's been moved to the Configured column, you can click Finish. We're going to make a couple of other changes to PassOE that will help us when we're developing our services. First, maximize the Publishing section in the top right part of the panel, and make sure that Automatically Publish when Resource Changed is checked. This way our changes during the workshop will automatically be pushed out to the PassOE server. Also change the publishing interval to 5 seconds so that you have to wait less for the automatic publishing. Directly below publishing is timeouts. These values need to be increased because on some slower machines, PassOE may take longer to start. Click next to timeouts and enter 300 for start and 120 for stop. Choose File, Save All to save all your changes. Then click the X on this panel to close it. Okay, that's it. You have everything ready to start doing the exercises. You're ready to proceed to Chapter 2. Good luck and happy resting.